1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Live. I am DJ Anthony. This is my co-host, Magnus, PhD in Cali. I'm in Jersey. Don't forget, we're not giving any medical advice. Always check with the healthcare professionals. Okay, so Magnus, 2 topics today. Our favorite junk food, because it's that time of year now. It's the holidays. What are we gonna binge or eat this holiday season for naughty food or drinks? And then second, nano robotics. What the hell is that? Okay, you're probably gonna need nano robotics from all the shit we're gonna eat. Anyways, so Magnus, 'tis the season, and I think most people, even people that are in shape like you and I, we indulge a little bit. I think there's very few people that are like, I never eat anything that's naughty ever, never. I think that's unhealthy. Actually, I think you need a little steam valve to let off some steam once in a blue and indulge. So that said, let's go back and forth on our naughty food. So like, what's a naughty food, Magnus, that you like or that you're going to eat this holiday season?
Well, I would say that I'm not like extreme in any way or form. I mean, I do enjoy eating like sweets, like desserts and stuff like that. So I think we usually end up getting apple pie for Christmas. So that's something
good.
that I would, yeah. So apple
You put
pie
ice
is
cream on it?
of course.
Some people don't,
And
but I like a
whipped
nice
cream too. No, like load it up. I mean,
dollop of vanilla ice cream right on there, baby.
yeah. No, and that's the thing though. Like people don't understand how good vanilla ice cream could actually be, especially like it's definitely a palate enhancer when to certain foods.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like yeah. So I mean, so other than that, I mean, we will have a combination of like we usually end up getting some ham. I will probably do some meatballs, things like that.
But ham and meatball, I mean, is I don't know, is meatball really a naughty food? I mean, I typically don't eat it, but I don't know if it's
no,
not apple
it's
pie.
more
Apple
Christmas.
pie is shit.
Yeah, no, and then I assume that we probably will be ordering pizza one of the days for during the holidays as well. There's nothing wrong with that. When it comes down to it, maybe I'm weird that way because I eat like naughty food throughout the year anyway. The thing when it comes down to me is that like I like to eat it, but I don't like to engorge myself and completely go out of line and just stuff myself. No, I can't. So I mean, I'm not complaining. I'll eat my ice cream and I would eat my pie like throughout the year too. It's like I don't see Christmas as a specific thing. Like for me, Christmas is Christmas. It's just like, yeah, you get together and not more that. And I'm not a big drinker anymore. So yeah, we'll probably have some wine too. If you're gonna call that. But kind of normal.
Like you.
Nothing out of line. What about you?
Yeah, like you, I'll have apple pie. I'm a sweet tooth, so and kind of like we were saying, I have more naughty treats throughout the year, not just on Christmas season, but generally speaking, like we're pretty healthy. We don't really touch it. But yeah, so for me, apple pie, tiramisu. I'll do donuts, cakes, cook anything sweet. I'm down for peanut M&Ms. I'll do hot cocos, and I don't drink alcohol. I just don't. I'm not a big alcohol drinker, just period. But I have a little wine, maybe champagne, toast, and but more of the sweet stuff for me. So all the cake and cookies and cannolis and a thing called friedel and lobster tails and rainbow cookies. So,
but that's like what looking at it like Italian like traditional food and like it of course depends on where in Italian like Italy we're talking about, but like some of the sweet stuff and like I do like Italian food a lot, so I completely understand where you're coming from and like especially like the New York, New Jersey area, it's so enriched in Italian like cuisine as well. So I mean you like go all in.
Yeah, if you think Italian pastries are sweet, you have to eat Dominican pastries. I mean, there's levels in life, and boy, the Dominican pastries and cakes, my God, it makes Italian pastries look like there's no sugar in them. So, but yeah, so I like eating all that stuff, and I'll eggnog, gotta have some eggnog. So, it's a rare for me to indulge like this, but you gotta live a little bit. So
And the eggnog, I always start thinking about National Lampoon, like Christmas, that
oh
like
yeah,
when they're drinking
yeah,
their eggnog and that whole
yeah.
thing. And I think that's actually one of the movies I need to watch now before Christmas. It's always
No.
a good holiday to see Clark Griswold make a fool
Oh
out of himself.
yeah. So many good Christmas movies. You know what I like actually talking about Christmas movies, not to go down this rabbit hole, but it's a kind of almost an eerie, spooky movie. It's not a horror movie, but it's called oh shoot, Tom Hanks did this. It was like a cartoon back in the early 2000s, a Polar Express. The
Yes,
Polar
Polar Express.
Express.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Whatever you want to call that, animation, I guess. It's not a cartoon, but yeah, it's got a weirdness about it. But it's not. If you've never seen it, it's a sweet movie. It's nice. It's just an animation. Anyway, so okay, so
Have,
now
have we ever talked to decide if Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not?
well, that's on the fence. You see, that depends on who you talk to. I mean, it's not a classic or a
I
classical
lo-
or a. It's a
I love
classic,
it though.
right? It is a classic, but it's not. I
Yeah,
wouldn't call it a traditional Christmas movie. It takes part of it takes place on Christmas,
yeah,
but yeah, people.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I love Die Hard, yeah, but Bruce Willis and I went to the same college, by the way.
Oh, well, that's big. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, too bad. Well, yeah.
And my friend actually went to that university as well. It's one of my Swedish friends went to the same university. We talked about this before. Yeah,
really?
he ended up now he's he lives in LA working in the movie industry. So
That's a
yeah,
small world.
yeah, Simon, he's a super cool guy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Bruce Willis and I, it's hallowed grounds. And when I left that college, now they pumped in like tens of millions of dollars. This place looks like a palatial mansion. When I was there, it was like we were in Mogadishu, Somalia. I was like, "Whoa, what's up, man?" but now it's like I went back to go visit. I'm like, "Geez, now they pump money into it after I leave." But anyways, okay. So let's talk about nanorobotics. Talking about universities and all that. So for the viewers who don't know what nanorobotics is, you should know and you should want to know because it will affect your life. I promise you, and it'll make your life so much better. So nanorobotics are kind of what the name implies. They're robots that are really, 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 really tiny, 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 tiny. You can't see it with the naked eye. You need a microscope, but they're robots and they can be programmed, either biological robots or actual robots made of man-made material. But they're tiny, tiny, tiny robots. They're so small, they can crawl into your arteries and veins in your heart and your brain, make repairs, and then you poop or pee them out. And that is not science fiction. That's not 1,000 years away. I would say that's about within 100 years away because right now the platforms and the understanding of these things, this new science is on the table. It's here. It's just in its infancy. And Magnus, they're talking about like stuff like if you have a brain tumor or a tumor anywhere in the body, now today you either have to be opened up, or go through laparoscopic, and you're gonna have to be opened up, or if you're lucky, I say, you have radiation therapy. But we're talking about nanorobotics. God forbid you get diagnosed with whatever tumor. You swallow a pill, you go to work. You come home from work and you're cured. You didn't even know what the hell went on inside your body. The robots were programmed, hit that tumor, bring it out, and disable it, and then you poop or pee it out with the robots. You break a leg. You don't have to. The doctor doesn't have to do crap anymore. You just get an injection or swallow the pill. The robots go in there and they know to patch up that leg. Now that's not happening today, but the framework is being built for this damn thing. It's amazing. I think you can probably cut and paste this to anything. You want to get your teeth cleaned, just swallow a little bit of solution, rub it in your teeth, nanorobots go, and they give you a teeth cleaning, and then you swallow it and excrete it out. Like, it's a game. I would say it's the analogy in my mind. This is as magnificent as the invention of the wheel or electricity, because our great-grandchildren, Magnus, are going to be like, how did our great-grandparents live? Ew, they had to be put on a gurney and had an operation. Ew, barbaric. They're going to look at us like we look at people from the 1700s. So, Magnus, what do you think about this emerging technology?
Yeah, no, it's I would say nanotechnology got caught. Maybe they're starting, at least like starting to discuss it more, I would say around 15 years ago, a little bit more, maybe back before. I mean, it's been going a long, like science fiction has been talking about it for a long time. But reality started to know more that we can actually control even down on atom levels, right? So, which is insane, like we can create things that nature has taken, we're talking millions of years, right? That we can actually perform in the lab and rearrange things and so on. I think that when it started, they had a little bit of a high hope that it would go way quicker than it did to start out with. But I mean, it's definitely on an upswing again. And I think that each and every year, we're definitely seeing everything is taking a step forward, right?
Right. Yeah.
So no, but it's like the technology, it's insane. It's like we can create a immunosystem basically that is artificial, so that could actually find it. I mean, we're basically talking about where you're hiring basically your own bodyguards that are specifically for yours, that can find things that in your body that shouldn't be there.
Right.
Does this sound like it could go wrong? Yes, most definitely.
Everything has a pro and fire has a pro and a con.
You know, I mean. So, but I think that is so important that like they actually start thinking about these issues to start out with before we're there. You know, like we need to start thinking about like laws, regulation, things like that at an early stage for this. But I'm sure they are. Like just looking at it, like we could kiss like our freedom away. You're never gonna be like talking about like getting like cameras down to that are so tiny. I mean, we already
have cameras that you can swallow and they can check out your colon.
Yeah, exactly. And that's insane, you know, like but so things are gonna change. It's like the same thing now, like we're talking about pre and post internet, right? Like it's a huge difference just that.
Of course.
You know, it's
and
like,
Magnus, I was gonna say, you know, we already have the precursors not only to nanotechnology, but instead of nano, we have small technology now, meaning, for instance, and this is very common, right? A pacemaker, an internal defibrillator. These are there. You can make the argument they're nano, but they're not. You know, they're very, very small, and they do the job of what your heart would do or can't do. And 100 years ago, if you needed a pacemaker, well, it didn't exist, you would just die. So things are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And by the way, if you think about it, our bodies already come with nanotechnology, because what is the immune system, right? It's nano molecules and cells that are programmed by whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, and they have jobs. And so, you know, if you lose part of your liver, your body regenerates that. I mean, so we already have Mother Nature's nanotechnology, but now it's going to be man-made. And so it's kind of almost, like having the horse and carriage. Well, now man-made an automobile. So and it's pretty.
But look at the combination of nanotechnology, and then we're starting to like you know, talking about going in like both gene and also stem cell.
Right.
I mean, like you said, there will be a drastic change how we live our life, and also I think how we interact with technology. We're talking a lot about like, you know, inserting certain things into like our bodies, technology into our bodies. Like I don't know if we really need to in the future. I mean, I think that we more like, why would you plug something in when we basically have a lot of like Bluetooth technology and things like that that's going to be even more evolved, right? So like I think that we can I think that we would be able to connect to different technologies just by, you know, basically like plugging on like your Bluetooth.
Yeah, I think you're. So, I mean, yes, I think that's also a little bit different than nanorobotics, but yes.
But I think that nanorobotics will be like looking at it like you will connect to it. You will also might have like nanorobotics might actually be putting together inside of your body and building a long-term like whatever hub or whatever you want to call it. You know,
right?
I mean, so you're saying without surgery. So I mean, there's. I think the sky is the limit. I mean,
we'll be living.
Unless we do like stupid things which humankind have a tendency to do too. But hopefully we will like do what like use this for a lot of smart things.
Yeah, I think you'll start to see also people live till 200 years old. I mean, even more because you know that this is not the show, but you know, artificial hearts, artificial kidneys, artificial. I mean, they already have artificial bladders, so artificial eyes, and so yeah. I mean, I think the average life expectancy will vault easily. Everyone will do 100 years old unless you're totally blown up by a bomb. But I mean, like. Yeah, I think it'll be very, and God forbid you get paralyzed. Swallow the nanorobots; they'll repair the veins and arteries and nerves. I mean, so it's like, yeah, I think life expectancy will be much, much higher. And so, you know, again, like living in the 1400s, right? We only were expected to live to what, 40? Now we're doubling that. We're at 80. So I think it's easy to assume we could do another 40 years and be at 130, whatever it is, 140. I think that won't be in our lifetime, but I think it'll be in our grandchildren and great grandchildren's lifetime very, very easily and acceptable and accessible. And it's pretty wild, bro, that nano robotics, just these little things that you'll swallow or get an injection and they'll repair your broken eye socket or you need a hip replacement. They'll be able to transport the whatever bone material through your body. It's just wild. I don't even know.
You know me as someone that is interested in sports and things like that. I'm just gonna. It's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna be able to misuse it in some way or form. Like basically, we're talking about nano doping, right?
Right.
Like I think it's gonna be wild. I mean, like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we might not still have flying cars, but we're gonna have a lot of other like interesting things, and then hopefully we will not turn out into something like horrendous, like the Borgs in Star Trek or something like that. Like, but I think that we are slowly, or it's actually gonna be quickly, getting more and more merged in between biological and technical humanoids. So I'm not kidding. Like we're actually like we're looking at more like cyborgish like human beings. Even if you can make it like use natural things, like you're saying, bones. We don't need to put in titanium rods or anything like that. But we can strengthen it. We can strengthen bones by helping out and having nanotechnology and increase it or help like build stronger bones. Like add things on it and so on. Yeah, and more muscle mass and whatever. You know, I mean, it's crazy to think of, but it's like you said, it's happening.
Yeah. So nanorobots, nanorobotics, it is the brave new world we're going into. And it's exciting. And I think in our lifetime, you and I will start to see some semblance of that maybe in our 70s and 80s, but certainly not like how we're talking. I think that's reserved for our grandchildren, basically. Yeah, but anyways, so very good. My gosh, keep on like clearing my throat. So, but yeah, excellent. Anything else before we part ways, Magnus?
No, guys, remember just like going into the holidays again, reach out to people, make sure like mental health is important, like take care of one another. And also Christmas and New Year's, it doesn't mean that we need to gorge ourselves and eat crazy whole December and into January. So be smart, like enjoy it, but enjoy it in moderation.
Absolutely. Very well, Magnus. Good words, as always. Very sage advice. So everyone, I'm signing us off. Don't forget, like, subscribe. We are closing in on 200 subscribers. Now, that may seem like a lot or may not seem like a lot, but we're earning it, folks. We're not paying for subscribers. So we're earning this, baby. So thank you, everybody. And we will be back with some more great content. Okay, I'm signing us off. 5, 4, 3.